it just me, or does it feel like the internet is just getting angrier and angrier all the time?
No, it's not just you, Jacksepticeye. But by the way, I mean like everybody who's watching this stream or watching this video on like the YouTube channel, everybody knows who Jacksepticeye is, right? I don't need to explain it to you. But no, Jack. I probably should have said that. I don't know him. I don't know him on like first name basis. But no, it's definitely not just you. Internet is getting angrier and angrier every single day. People are getting more polarized. People are getting more extreme on every single side, right? There's like, it's bad now. It's like really, really bad now. It used to be bad, right? Back in the day, it was just used to be like, at least it seemed like mostly harmless fun on the internet, just having fun trolling people. But now it's just like, yeah, it's everything is just political. Everything is just like everyone is just super angry. You just say one wrong word and like your entire career is over, right?
I feel like I can't even interact with the internet the way I used to because it just makes me so anxious all the time now. Everywhere I look, everyone's just fighting with each other. Everyone's attacking one another. You go to a TikTok video and people are all like, "Oh, why'd you do stuff this way? Why did you do?"
It's bad. It's bad. No. It's actually bad. By the way, it's legit is bad because like I remember, I actually do remember posting my first successful video on YouTube, which has like 300 views now, and I do remember looking at the comment section, and there were like 4 comments. And all of them were negative comments, and all of them were like, "Why are you so weird? Why are you acting like this? Or you're just an Asmongold copy." And it's like, at that point, it's like, what Jacksepticeye is saying here is that like you go to the internet and there's just such a negativity there. Even if you try to do everything perfectly, you can never satisfy everyone. It's impossible. You just cannot satisfy everyone. It's just is not possible. Like, there's always going to be someone on the internet who's hating you just for the purpose of hating you. It's their daily job, as if they just get paid for this. You cannot ever please these people. You cannot ever satisfy them. You can never be too perfect for them. You can never be too right for them, right? And it's just not on... That's my experience, right? You probably also had that experience for yourself on the internet. But he mentioned TikTok, right? You go to TikTok, it's not as bad as Instagram, but have you ever been to Instagram Reels and the comment section? Oh my fucking god, it's hell on earth. It's like the most unhinged place on planet Earth, which you would not expect, right? You would not expect, because it's like, it's owned by Meta, it's Mark Zuckerberg's platform. You would expect it to be just a wholesome place, right? Super mainstream. But no, there's like people who are just like, it's just hell on earth. It's just hell on earth. I don't know what else to say. It's just like insane.
Do it that way. Why are you even filming this? What's going on? Like, it just feels
exactly, 100%. I agree with him, 100%. Again, my first comments that I've ever received on like my YouTube channel were all just negative, every single one of them. And at that point, I was just like, fuck it. I'm not going to read comments anymore. Just fuck it. I'm not reading them. It's because it's just, even because I just came to the conclusion that like reading, just to read comments, just to come across a single positive comment, you have to go through like 9 other negative comments. It's not fucking worth it. It's not good for your fucking mental health. Don't do it.
The fun of everything is kind of going away. Maybe that's just endemic of like the bubbles that I'm in. Maybe it's just endemic of the stuff that gets served to me. But
no. It's like that, Jack. Jacksepticeye, it's like that. No, it's just en masse.
Content just kind of drives everybody to anger all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's so much easier to be angry about stuff and hate stuff.
Yeah.
And hate each other than it is to do anything decent anymore.
100%. Which again, like, makes me think like you're a person on the internet, right? And you go watch a video, right? And you don't like the video, which is perfectly understandable and fine, right? Whatever. Why are you watching the video then? Why are you wasting your time commenting on the video? Like, you only have 24 hours in a day, and granted, it's your own life. Do whatever you want with it. Not my problem, right? But like you only have like 24 units of hour in a day, and you can spend it doing so many other things with those 24 hours instead of just watching a YouTube video or like a TikTok video or like an Instagram video, and then going to the comment section and just like arguing with people, writing not constructive negative comments is such a waste of time. Like, you go do something else. Why are you here? Go fucking hang out with your dad, your kids, whatever friends you have. Fucking go to I don't know, fucking get out of your home, grab a couple of bucks, walk to the other side of the fucking city, and just like sit on a fucking new restaurant or like a fucking street vendor that you're never eaten from and eat a food there. Why are you wasting your time? What the fuck is the point? You're wasting your time on the internet. What the fuck is the point?
It's always been like that, but now is just the only time that I've started to see it. And maybe that's just me and my timelines and my algorithms and the things that I
it's
see
everyone.
from my perspective, but
no, it's everyone.
It just kind of seems like anywhere I turn on the internet now, if I spend any length of time on it,
no, it's everyone, bro.
it just all seems so negative.
It is because it is en masse, it is.
Each other all the time. The internet was supposed to bring people together and do amazing things and connect the world, but all it's done is seem.
Yeah, no, that idea of like everyone coming together and bringing people together is just an idea. Okay, let me not say that. Maybe that's not true. There are still amazing communities all around the world from all walks of life, right? Those communities exist, but you gotta find them. And most of the time, you're going, at least from my experience, you're going to find them from like, I don't know, like from your own sector, right? So whatever job you're doing, right? Your own network. That's how you're going to find those people, right? Most of the time. Like, of course, you can go and meet people online and, you know, become friends with them and then, you know, hang out with them on like Discord servers or whatever, or like TeamSpeak if anyone is even using that. Like Arma people use that, I know that much. That is possible to create a positive community, right? But most of the time, you're going to find a positive community, mostly in your work environment, right? You go get into a job, like if you're a fucking civil engineer, you're going to join civil engineer like talk groups or like chat groups on like WhatsApp or like Discord or whatever. You're going to join seminars and whatever. That's how you're going to find those people. That the idea of like internet is a positive thing that brings people together has been slowly eroding year by year at this point, right? At least it seems like it.
To highlight the problems more, you would think having so many people from so many diverse different backgrounds and cultures that would be able to all learn from each other, but it seems like people just double down and sit inside their bubbles and throw stones from there.
Again, that still exists. People coming together from different communities, hanging out together, that still exists. I mean, like, you have, like, just from the YouTube space, you have, like, Mudahar, right, Indian guy, and he has a community from all around the world. That still exists. You can find those people. But again, it's been eroding, right? Mostly, like, at least on, like, mainstream internet sites, right? In Instagram, that place is a fucking hellhole now. And it's been for a couple of years at this point.
And that's not even mentioning how much violence and war is going on right now. That seems to just entrench people more in their beliefs instead of reaching out and having a heart and being more open to things.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been, and that's great to see, but by and large, these things just keep happening over and over again. And that's not even mentioning like politics making people so angry and entrenching them into their own beliefs further as well, and just picking sides and attacking each other all the time. It's really difficult for anybody to go onto the internet these days and just exist.
No, when it comes to like war stuff, I mean, if you've been on the internet since like, I can't really talk about it, otherwise this video will get demonetized if I put it on YouTube, and I don't really want to I'm not a political commentator, right? I'm not a political guy. I'm apolitical. I don't really support one party or another party. I just don't dabble in politics, right? Not my cup of tea. I'm pretty neutral. I don't get into that stuff. Not my stuff, right? If you interested in that stuff, feel free to be, right? Your life, your choice. Good for you. Just not for me. But especially when he talked about the war stuff and all of that stuff that's been happening for the last couple of years, man, just like, have you ever been on any of like, have you been on Twitter? Like, you go onto Twitter and there's like uncensored videos from wars that's been happening for the last couple of years, but you know which wars that I'm talking about? Just on fucking Twitter. Public fucking space. Just like the most mainstream thing that you can ever fucking reach into. And it's just out in the open where you go onto Twitter and it's just like some person just like absolutely getting like destroyed. And it's just like MP4. It's like 1 minute, 25 seconds. And you just fucking leave traumatized. It's fucking horrendous. It's fucking horrible. Like, I would understand if you like see that stuff on like other certain sites that are like designed for that, right? But on Twitter, out in the open, or like even on Reddit, there are like subreddits on Reddit where you can go and see this stuff. It's insane. Like, you go and watch some guy just get like just explode, like he just explodes, and you're like, what the fuck am I even watching? Like, you just fucking leave, like you just leave getting traumatized with like PTSD and whatnot. It's horrible. It's horrible. And it's just out in the open for everyone to see, by the way. Like, if you're a little kid under 18, it's not gonna stop you. You're just gonna fucking create a new account on like fucking Twitter and just like lie about your age, and you can just go and watch it. Even better yet, you can just open an account on like Reddit and go and see the stuff. Like, I'm not for censorship, right? But it is so easy to access this stuff that's like super violent, which I think should not be the case, right?
Without being dragged into something that's going on.
No, yeah, definitely. That's another thing as well, right? Like, you go and make like any comments on like subjects like this, like the real life stuff that's been happening. Even a small comment on it will just like, if somebody big or if somebody sees you say something that they don't like, they just pull you into it. Like, you talk about something, right? That's like about like real life, and you say something about it without even really thinking about it, right? You don't even really think about like what you're saying. It's just like something that just like came to your mind, and you're just like speaking out loud. And then like the moment that somebody sees you saying something that you don't like, you immediately getting posted on Reddit. That Reddit post is gonna get like 10K likes. It's gonna get like 2.2K comments, and then everyone's gonna start hating you. Yeah, and you're gonna get dragged into it. Even though that you're not a political streamer, even though that you're not an IRL streamer, you have nothing to do with this. There is no escape, bro. The moment that you open your mouth, you screwed yourself. It's over. Don't even try. The consequences will never be the same.
Common denominator between all of these is people. And as generic as that sounds...
That's an amazing fucking setup, by the way. Like, I know it sounds like I'm glazing him, but no. This actually is an amazing setup. That's like beautiful. That's actually is great. Although I would assume that those lights that he has, like background lights, are probably fucking blinding him. Stay hydrated. Alright, hold on. Let me open my camera's flash as well, so you guys actually can see me, because it's quite dark in the room right now. It's like almost like 6 a.m. here. It's 6 p.m. here. I'm probably going to blind myself by doing this, but I gotta do it so that you guys can actually like see me. Jesus Christ. That's much better. You guys can see me much better now. Look, I'm fucking glistening with light.
That really is the humanity of it all. The lack of humanity in regards to some of it.
That's a better way to put it. Yeah, lack of
humanity. The most important thing to a lot of people, especially me, and especially the things that I've heard from my audience over the years, is mental health. And anybody that's watched me for any length of time knows just how important mental health is.
If I have to guess, that this is the BetterHelp sponsored section.
Is to me, because...
Or maybe it's not, and he's actually going to talk about it by himself. If that's the case, I'll apologize. But at this point, I'm so desensitized to seeing ads. I just immediately, my mind is just like, my monkey brain is just immediately like, oh, it's an ad.
Through my own struggles with mental health over the years, and still struggle with my mental health all the time. I don't think it's something that you ever figure out and you ever get on top of, but you can definitely get better tools, get better help. And that's what I've been doing. I've been reaching out and getting help from a therapist for like 2 years now.
That's good. That's good. I've actually gonna talk about a little bit something personal, since Jacksepticeye is talking something about personal. I also was very depressed at some point in my life, and I went to a like certified professional, like a psychiatrist, for like a year. Couple of appointments, nothing too big. But at the end of the day, I know this is gonna sound super fucking cringe, and people are gonna be like, you ruined it. But like, the real reason why I was actually able to fix my mental health, and I'm not depressed anymore, I'm not on any medication, I am perfectly fine and healthy, right? It's very interesting, but I actually managed to get rid of my depression completely. Like, I fucking took that shit, like as if it was like cancer. I fucking reached inside, fucking ripped that shit off, tossed it aside, and fucking burned it on fire. The reason why I was able to actually get over my depression and completely fucking eradicate it, and like turn a new, not a new fucking page, not a new fucking leaf, but a whole fucking new book, was because I was actually able to determine the root cause of the problem, which was a lack of self-respect, and then I was able to overcome it and move forward, right? So like, that's what I did, right? I started working out, I started eating healthy, I started valuing myself more, I started hanging out with my family more, with my family members, with my friends, and I was like, I completely got rid of my depression, like as if it just didn't even exist. Like, just completely. So, what he's saying here, is it true that most people will struggle with mental health for the rest of their lives, even though that they're not, they might not be able to overcome it, but they will keep fighting it? Sure. But is it also possible to get rid of it? Something like depression, or like clinical depression. I'm not a medical expert, but for my own, like, take this with a grain of salt, right? Do not apply this to yourself. So I'm only speaking for myself. But I had clinical depression, and I managed to overcome it. And again, not just turn a new page, not a new leaf, but a whole new fucking book. And I managed to fucking get rid of that shit. And I have been depression free for the last 4 to 5 years. I have zero depression, none. For the last 4 to 5 years, I never experienced any type of depression. Zero, none, nada, null, zilch, zero. Zero, no depression. I managed to fix myself because I realized that the psychiatrist that I was going to, I realized that was not my fix. That getting on antidepressants was not the real course of action here. I just looked at myself, did a little bit of a intro perspective, right? A little bit of soul searching, and found meaning in life, and I completely fucking get rid of that shit called depression. None. It's gone now. It's completely gone. For the last 5 years, I've been depression free. And I'm proud of it, right? And I'm not boasting about it, but I just wanted to tell my own story. Since Jacksepticeye is kind of opening up, I was like, you know what, let me open up as well. He kind of created a safe space here, right, for me to talk about. That's good to know.
on medications for depression and anxiety to try and deal with my own mental health. So when people say that they're struggling,
but I wish him the best though. I know I'm cutting him a lot here, but I wish him the best. If he's on medication, I know how bad can it be, how fucking dull it can make you. Antidepressants, right? Antidepressants. But I wish him the best. He's a great guy. I know him for a very long time, not personally, but I've been watching him for a very long time, right? He's one of the biggest YouTubers in the fucking entertainment sector, right? On the YouTube side. So, but yeah, I wish him the best, man. It's fucking hard.
Stuff helps them get through a hard time. I'm there with you. I know exactly what it takes, and I know how strong you need to be able to get over any of those obstacles.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm always trying to find ways to help, to progress things.
I would even say that getting over any type of mental health issue that you have, getting over it and actually beating it is probably more courageous and takes more strength than lifting a whole car, I would say, right? At least it feels like it.
To open up the conversation, to try and add funds to places that can help out, and trying to talk to the community all the time about mental health and making sure that it's not something that kind of falls to the side. And
yeah.
I've done it my entire career.
That's important.
Which is why this year for Thankmas, I've decided to partner with Crisis Text Line and Samaritans, who are two wonderful organizations that deal with people in times of crises and mental health struggles to try and get them through tough times. In 2023, Samaritans and Crisis Text Line volunteers spent more than 1.4 million hours answering calls and texts for help.
This is good. I'm not gonna skip this. We're gonna watch this because I think this is like super fucking important in this day and age. Like mental health. I'm not gonna, even if this is like sponsored or whatever, we're going to watch this. This is important.
Samaritans answers a call for help every 10 seconds. And since its launch, Crisis Text Line has supported over 10 million conversations in the United States, more than 3,500 daily. I think we all kind of like know in the back of our heads that people are suffering and people are going through this stuff. But I feel like it's time to bring it to the forefront, to actually verbalize it, to talk about it, to confront it, and try and help however we can. According to the CDC, suicide is a leading cause of death in the US and affects people of all ages. Suicide was responsible for one death every 11 minutes in 2022 in the US. And it's not just in America either.
That's bad.
Every 90 minutes, someone in the UK or Ireland takes their own life as well. That alone...
That's fucking heavy, man. That many people. Fuck. That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking people. That's like not even a joke. That's actually a lot of people, if you think about it.
Is the biggest killer of young people under 25 and middle-aged men. According to the World Health Organization, more than 1 billion people are living with mental health challenges.
Of course they are.
Varying degrees. That's like an eighth of the planet.
It is.
According to the notes that I have here, in 2023, the US Surgeon General declared a national loneliness and social isolation epidemic.
It is. Most people today, in today's day and age, are lonely. Like a lot of, like the large chunk of the population. Okay, let me not say that. I would say that when I say large chunk of the population, what I mean is that like a big minority of people that is sizable and that is definitely not deniable chunk of the population definitely is lonely. Like, I mean, you've seen those videos, right? They're like videos on like YouTube of like Japanese people who are like lonely and they just like, rent like family members. They just rent like father figures or like sisters or whatnot. It's Jesus. I mean, help those people, Lord. Dear God in heaven, help those people. Like, that's fucking sad.
Out the country, and that's just in America. I'm sure that it's being felt everywhere. About half of US adults are experiencing considerable levels of loneliness. And unfortunately, with that loneliness comes darker thoughts.
It does.
And depression. And being isolated from people is just not healthy for our brains. We're creatures that are designed to go out and interact with other people.
Yep.
And when our only means of doing that sometimes is through the internet, it can be really bad. I've lived...
It can be really bad, but it also can be like really, really good depending on the situation, right? Because you can meet some like fucking lovely people on the internet that are just like one of the best people on like planet Earth. Because I did, and you probably also did. At least I hope you did. Whoever's watching this right now, the dear viewer, right? It can be bad because you can meet a lot of fucking horrible people, but it can also be great because you can also meet like one of the best people on planet Earth, right?
Quite a huge amount of my career just being online, and I can tell you that it's made me angrier and sadder and made me feel even more alone than if I were out interacting with people. And that's not always easy, but it's something that I feel like we need to talk about and open up the discussion to and help people who can't help themselves. The point of this video that I'm trying to make is that community is key to all of this. Community
True.
And the humanity behind it, because
you gotta have a good community, right? Because like for example, I play Destiny from time to time, and I have one of the best. I'm like part of one of the best communities of like Destiny 2. It's just filled with amazing people. It's just an amazing community and an amazing clan that I'm in, right? Like one of the best people I've ever met online. So like it's just like community is important, right? Meeting right people is important, but turning that into a community, I think, would be the next step, the next right step that anyone should be taking, right?
Easy as it is to drum up hate and drum up negativity together, it's also quite possible to do amazing things together, as we have proven with Thankmas countless times at this point. It's probably not countless. We can count how many times we've done Thankmas. To date, Thankmas has raised $26 million over all the Thankmases we've done, and that's only possible by community coming together.
That's a lot of money.
2 years ago, we raised $10 million. Last year, we raised $6 million, and this year, we're hoping to try and raise $6 million again. I know that's a huge amount of money to try and raise, but Thankmas has been capable in the past. We're going to try again. With the money that we're raising this year, we're helping to train 9,000 new volunteers across both organizations. They can invest in hardware and software to help expand and enhance the digital reach of these programs, since reaching people online, chat and text is paramount. A lot of people sometimes don't even want to call in. A text is all they can do. So helping build out the infrastructures for those types of things to be able to help more people is really important. Doing something like this also helps an incredible amount of awareness every time. That's sort of the hidden metric that never gets talked about with Thankmas, is that not only are we raising money that can go into these organizations, but the awareness that we're helping raise as well is huge, because more people get involved, more organizations get to know, and it kind of persists throughout the next few years. And with this awareness and this help, we can help up to 2 million new people. 2 million new people. Not even the people that they're helping already. 2 million new people.
2 million extra, that's good.
Be able to get help each year with this money raised.
That's a lot of
like
people.
Last year, we're doing Thankmas live again. We're going to be in the Orpheum Theatre again, same place as last year, but we're selling even more tickets this time. Last year we sold just half the theatre twice. So this time we're doing the entire theatre. Tickets are going to be for sale now. All of the information is going to be in the description. It's going to be on December 6th this year. That's when the event is going to be happening. It's also going to be streamed live on my channel. You can still watch it, you can still help out, and I think it's going to be an incredible event. Last year was amazing being able to do it in person.
This is the first time I'm ever hearing about this, by the way. This is like the first time I'm ever hearing about this event, but apparently it's like a real life event from what he's saying.
I believe how well all of that went.
Which, you know, like what he's doing is like God's work. What he's doing is like God's work. He's like doing the right thing, right?
Considering all the moving parts that were in it, but I'm really excited to do it again this year in person and just embrace the community. Seeing people come together in a room, not like that, chanting together,
okay,
raising awareness together, yelling, screaming, being positive and doing something and putting our stamp on that day, I think is huge. So tickets are for sale now. Go get them. I'm excited. I think seeing that amount of people come together and talk about mental health will create a sense of openness and vulnerability that will allow people to be able to open up more. And let's face it, losing up to 700,000 people each year is just completely unacceptable if it's something that we can help with. if it's something that we can drive our community and our positivity towards to try and make a difference. So please tune in for Thankmas this year, December 6th. It's still a little bit away, but that's why I'm announcing it soon so we can keep selling tickets. Go get your tickets now. I would love to see you guys in person. The energy last year was electric, and it's going to be really fun. Thank you guys so much for
I know. These
and I'll see you there.
Nah, yeah, 100%, man. I mean